Hey everybody, this is Ted Check, recovering reporter. So here we go again. It's to that point where you figure that you have to conclude. What else can you conclude but that the mainstream media is that this is their plan all along, that they will take the bait on anything that reflects negatively on President Donald Trump or J.D. Vance. And then if they have to backpedal, if they have to walk it back, well, that's fine. But it's shoot first, ask questions later. Because the first time that you blast something out there, that's when it has the most impact. We all know that once you correct yourself, there's a very small percentage of people that see that. So let's take a look at this headline here. Ohio governor contradicts Democrat narrative with damning, or they should say media narrative, media and Democrat narrative, with damning revelation about bomb threat, quote unquote, hoaxes in Springfield. So essentially, this is the governor of Ohio himself, Mike DeWine, revealed the bomb threat hoaxes are coming from overseas. So what happened was Donald Trump and J.D. Vance made some statements, made some allegations about Haitians in Springfield, and there's been an influx. One third of the well, a population equal to one third of the previous population of Springfield. So they had 60,000 people, and then they got another 20,000 Haitians on top of that. They were saying that some of those Haitians are eating ducks. They're capturing and cooking, eating ducks that are in the public parks. Also, people's pets, dogs and cats. They said they made that allegation. So what followed was a logical fallacy by the mainstream media, where they said it was post hoc ergo propter hoc, which means after this, therefore because of this. That's a fallacy. Just because one thing follows another thing doesn't mean that the first thing caused the second thing to happen necessarily. So just because those statements were made by Trump and Vance doesn't necessarily mean that they triggered the bomb threats. It was like 33 bomb threats toward the Springfield government. And as it turns out, that wasn't true. But they took the bait on it because there was some investigating that was done, and it turns out all the bomb threats were hoaxes. They weren't people that were upset about what Trump said or what Vance said. They were hoaxes coming from overseas. So some foreign entity overseas just seeing what could possibly be and attempting to sow chaos and confusion into all this into this issue. That's all they're doing. And maybe they get off on that. Maybe that's a fetish for them, that they enjoy the attention, so to speak, the indirect attention. They're attention whores, and they enjoy that. I don't know what are they just have a vendetta against the United States? Who knows? Maybe they found a way to monetize it, like we weaponize and monetize everything else. But let's take a quick look here. Ohio's Republican governor revealed on Monday that reported bomb threats against various sites in Springfield, Ohio, that have been blamed on Republican rhetoric surrounding the Haitian migrant crisis in the town were all hoaxes. 33 threats, 33 hoaxes, Governor Mike DeWine announced during a press conference. I want to make that very, very clear. None of these had any validity at all. But sometime before that, we have Dana Bash talking to J.D. Vance, and she says exactly that because of what he said and what Trump said, that's why they had these bomb threats.
The senator from Ohio. So instead of saying things that are wrong and actually causing the hospitals, the schools, the government buildings to be evacuated because of bomb threats, because of the cats and dogs thing, why not actually be constructive in helping to...
Because of the cats and dogs thing. Huh. Yeah. It's just, we've seen this time and time and time again. Let's go back. Let's look at a few other ones in recent memory. The Palestinian bombing that occurred at the hospital. Well, the Palestinians said that the Israelis fired a missile, and it struck a hospital in the Gaza Strip, and it killed a bunch of patients, including a lot of children. That turned out not to be true, but the media took it hook, line, and sinker because they have taken a side in this. That they're advocates of the Palestinians. They've somehow determined that the Palestinians are the victims and the Israelis are the aggressors. So they got suckered in, or they willfully believed what the Palestinians were telling them, and turned out not to be true. How about the bloodbath hoax? Trump said he used the word bloodbath, but the context was he used it in the case of if we don't set tariffs on imports, that there's going to be a financial bloodbath. That's what he's talking about, not a physical bloodbath where a massacre. But of course they took that out of context. How about, let's see, what's the next one here? Oh yeah, J.D. Vance saying that he was talking about the school shootings, and he said it's a fact of life. Well, he said, yes, he said that, but he didn't. But the context was added so much more to that. He hated that it was. He disliked that it was a fact of life. And then he moved it forward saying, hey, look, we're going to have to take extra measures to make sure this doesn't happen again, i.e., so it doesn't remain a fact of life. All right, one more. Hamas hostages had, the media saying that the Hamas hostages had died. Instead of saying they were murdered. Let's just face facts. Let's be truthful. They were murdered by their Hamas captors. They didn't just die, like of natural causes when you say had died. So here are, and that's just recently. So, like I said at the beginning of this, you have to wonder with the preponderance of this, and they keep getting, corrected on this, whether it's community notes on X or Governor Mike DeWine in that one case. They keep getting corrected, but they're not learning their lesson. They're not saying, oh, geez, maybe we need to do our due diligence. Maybe we need to wait and verify, as opposed to just doing hit and run journalism, as opposed to just, succumbing to the thirst to be first, because that means you're going to be the worst usually. They can't. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. They're just continuing because they're hell bent on making sure. I believe that making sure that Trump doesn't get in office. And that's reprehensible. If you're a journalist, you don't care who gets in office. You are, you may be for one side or another, but you take that hat off and you put your journalist hat on and you're objective and you lay it out there for everybody, and you're fair and you're accurate and you're timely. But most of all, you lay it out there for everybody. Okay. You explore all sides of an issue, and you let the American people use their critical thinking to decide for themselves. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they're going to learn their lesson. They keep getting turned back, but I don't think they're going to. They're just going to keep hammering, and then they wonder, oh, well, why are we losing money? I don't know. Yeah, no, you know, or you should know. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you later.